Story time with Fergie and friends.
Hello, girls and boys. Story time, Fergie and friends. Granny, Grandpa, aunts and uncles. It's Valentine's. It's all hearts and yummy cupcakes and delicious things and heart-shaped strawberries. Yes, yum, 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 yum. Now look, you see, it's all love. And I think strawberries look like love. And it's all love. Okay, so Ellie and the cupcakes. Do you know one of my elves is called Ellie? Well, yeah, of course, because that's why I'm reading about it, isn't it? Ellie's favourite cupcake and buttercream recipes inside. How exciting, you can make it at home. So Ellie and the cupcakes. Shall we make strawberry cupcakes? There were two things Ellie wanted more than anything in the world. She wanted to eat cupcakes all the time, and she wanted to be big. Not big like a grown-up. Ellie wanted to be a giant. She hoped and dreamed that one day she would become a giant. She would have a pet elephant and walk him on a leash. People would look at her and wonder and say, "Look, Ellie the giant is coming." Then one day it happened. Ellie threw a coin into a wishing well, and in a burst of fizzy sparkles, her wish came true. She looked around in amazement, reached up and touched the sky. Birds landed on her head. Birds landed on her head. Birds landed on her head and tried to... Thank you. See? Where's a bird landing on my head, you people, my elf? And tried to build a nest in her hair. Oh, that's a squirrel. Oh, no, a fox. No, a bird landing on her head and tried to build a nest in her hair. And a bird landed on her... She sprinted home to show her mum, but the ground shook with every step and the nearby houses rattled. "Ellie!" cried the villagers. "We liked you better when you weren't a giant." Yes. Mum was startled when she saw a massive eye peeking through the kitchen window. "You need to go back to the wishing well and make yourself a little again," said Mum. "And hurry up, it's almost time for tea." But Ellie was big now, so there was no need to listen to Mum. No. She ran to the playground and tried climbing up the ladder at the slide, but her feet were too big for the rungs. Yes. When she saw she couldn't go on the slide, she tried the swings, but the swings weren't meant to be used by giants. As soon as she sat down, crash! "Oh, Ellie!" cried the children. "We liked you better when you weren't a giant." Ellie ran off again and passed by a field where her friends were kicking a ball. She went to join them, but when she kicked the ball, it flew so far no one could see it anymore. "Oh, Ellie," they cried, "we liked you better when you weren't a giant." Poor Ellie. This was not how she imagined things would be once she got her wish. She also didn't get her pet elephant. Where do you get a pet elephant at this time of day? I agree. She went back home and sat on the grass outside. Her mother came out holding a tray of cupcakes. Strawberry cupcakes. "I baked these just for you," she said. "They're tiny," Ellie protested. "Oh, well, they're the same as usual, sweetheart," her mum replied. "But because you're so big, everything seems a lot smaller." "Oh dear, poor Ellie," Ellie sighed. She told her mum how no one liked her now that she was a giant. Her friends didn't want to play with her, and she kept breaking things. "Well, I will love you no matter how big or how small you are," Mum smiled. "But what about you? Do you like yourself like this?" Oh, poor Ellie. Ellie thought about it. "It's what I always wanted. And at first it was great. But I can't play anymore and cupcakes are way too small." Mum nodded and said, "In that case, you know what you need to do." Yes. Ellie went back to the wishing well and threw a coin in. Magic sparkles reappeared all around her, and she started shrinking until she returned to her normal size. And as she sat at the kitchen table, she couldn't help but think. Ooh, what did she think? If being a giant meant small cupcakes, surely being the size of an ant meant ginormous cupcakes. Oh no, please not Ellie. She smiled with mischief and fished a coin out of her pocket. Maybe she's gone to be an ant, and then she'll have a ginormous cupcake. And in the book you have the delicious, yummy recipes. Right, and I think Ellie liked strawberry cupcakes. Da 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 da.
With Fergie and friends. With Fergie and friends.